you're ready.
Yeah.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the Artist Mindset. I'm your host Martina and today I'm here with a very special guest who is a musician, a songwriter and a founder of a band called the Falconz.
Thank you for having me on, Martina.
Thank you. His name is Nick, by the way. You can also say your full name if you want.
Nick Mortensen.
Thank you.
Fra Vejle.
Oh, you're from Vejle?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I am.
Well, maybe we can start there. So, for everybody listening, I didn't prepare a structure for this interview because we are friends with Nick and I just wanted to invite him because he just released some really cool songs. And I think it was a nice opportunity to get to know you better also.
Yes, thank you. I'm really grateful to be on.
Yeah. So, let's go to the start. I like to start in childhood. I was just curious. So music was something that was always part of your life. Like when you were a child, was it kind of clear that you're gonna do something with music, or?
Well, I think actually not really. I was born in Denmark, and then my family and I moved to England when I was like 5-6 years old, and it was kind of more like growing up in England. It was more football. I was leaning more towards like playing football a lot.
So sports.
And I mean, there was also like music. My dad's listened to a lot of music, and I think kind of growing up, I think I just like listening to his LPs, like listen to his CDs and stuff. But actually, it was not till like moved back from England. Like we moved back to Denmark. That's when it sort of started. I sort of started like going into music. So no, actually, I don't know where I come from.
I didn't know that actually.
And it's funny because I have a sister who also does music.
Yeah, I just wanted to say.
And we both kind of. I mean, Cecilia was singing in England, but I started like picking up the guitar when I was like 12 or something, 13.
Do you have any like musicians in your family? Like you said your father listened to music, but was he playing or anybody?
No, he didn't play, but he listened to a lot. I think I got most of, like he listened to a lot. Like, do you know Thin Lizzy? Well, that's the band he listened to.
Okay, I don't know that.
No, well he listened to a lot. So I sort of grew up like listening to his LPs and stuff, and then I think subconsciously I sort of was like, okay, maybe I'll do something like that.
Was there any like turning point for you when you were like, okay, now I take it seriously? When it kind of flipped from being just a hobby or something that, or once in a while I just pick up a guitar to like, oh, I wanna be serious about it?
I actually do remember like I would come home like from we moved back to Denmark, and then I was kind of struggling a little bit at school, and I sort of noticed that I was like thinking to myself, like, okay, I better figure something out.
Like some kind of coping mechanism or?
Yeah, that, but also I was like, I remember like, okay, either I'm gonna sort of like, play football or like, because I felt like there was such a language barrier. So I sort of was like struggling a little bit, like, okay, what am I gonna do? Like,
but were you speaking Danish at home?
No, not in England. No.
So did you like forget or?
My parents were like trying to help me with it, like, because the idea was to stay in England, but then there was like the financial crisis, and then we had to. So it was actually we were supposed to. So they were like, when we moved to England, we would speak. My mom and dad would like, we would speak English. So
because they wanted you to also.
Yeah. So I came back and I was like, I had to learn how to. I remember having like my first maths lesson. I had to like learn how to count to 100.
Oh, in Danish.
Yeah.
Oh my.
So I was.
Yeah, anybody that doesn't live in Denmark.
Yeah, they know it's awful.
I can confirm. Yeah.
It's backwards.
Not just that, everything is from like 20. Derives from like 20, right? Because you say like halv tres, which is like
You have to do maths.
half of 3 times 20 is like kind of
Yeah.
50.
You have to be good doing maths on the go.
Yeah, like I feel like you're counting just by saying the number. So
Yeah. So I think I was like really getting into like football, and then I sort of realized like, oh, maybe I actually have like what is the word, like I don't know, like I sort of was thinking actually to start with, and people always said to me throughout me doing music, like, oh, you're like you're gonna be one of these like writers behind the. They didn't think like, oh, because I was like, no, I wanna do something, like I wanna be in a band, and
I want to be on the poster.
and then they were like, but don't you think you'll be really good like writing for people?
Yeah.
And then I thought,
Have you thought about I don't know if that's the correct way to name it, like post-production? You know, when you're like
producing.
Yeah, I guess that's the right word. Like when somebody sends you music and you have to kind of edit it to make it sound better.
I mean, I thought about it, but I think I feel like suddenly with this now that because I'm sort of working out, I feel like I don't have time to do it.
Yeah, I know.
So, but maybe one day I'll go into it. And also, I mean, now it's more exciting. I feel like it'll be pretty cool to do some writing with people or something. But at the moment, I feel like I'm busy enough with everything.
Speaking of writing, I'm a bit curious about your process. Like, is there any part of the process when you like write a song or make music that you enjoy the most, and like part that maybe you're like, okay, if I can, I would not do this at all?
I like what the most exciting part, I think, for me is when I feel like something gets my attention. If I have like some chords or like some melody, and then I'm like, and like once you figure out when you work, like when you get the spark or like the idea of the song, or like once you can sort of see where it's what it's trying to say.
It's kind of becomes more clear, no?
Yes, as soon as that happens, that's when I feel like I start buzzing a little bit, and I'm like, oh, this is. As long as the next the idea is like my favorite idea, then I'm really that you cannot really ask for more. If you just feel like, oh, this is exciting.
That makes a lot of sense.
So as long as I have that, it's a bit of like it's actually like, I guess it's kind of like a type of high that you sort of like you have some it feels like you have like what is it, like spark in your
I guess it's like kind of focus, or at least to me it reminds me like if I think of my creative process, you know, of course it's exciting to sort of throw all the ideas into the air.
Yeah.
But once it kind of becomes clear what you should focus on, because you're like, this is it, then it's like, okay, hell yes, let's do it.
Yes, that's I think that's what I'm chasing now. I'm always like, and then I'll go through some demo, like on my phone, I use the memos a lot. And then sometimes I'll listen, I'll like, oh yes, I actually completely forgot. And then, wow, there's something there. So once I start unpacking, that's really when I'm the most excited.
Yeah. Have you kind of learned this kind of process somewhere, or is it something that you had to like sort of discover for yourself?
I think it kind of came through just trial and error, I think, and also watching people who inspired me, and then I'll sort of hear like, oh, how they approached it. And then I think that's the only way. Like you just trial and error. You just try and you just figure it out. I think, but I feel fortunate because we have these like the phones and the memos and stuff, where I feel like
actually like 50 years ago, even 20 years ago, I guess people weren't doing that, right?
No, I mean some of the songs on the next album have actually just been like, because we didn't have the memo thing. Yeah. So I would just have to like, oh, this is a good idea. I better just play it like 5 times so I don't forget it.
Yeah, okay.
And you have to sort of manually work it in the brain. And I think actually there's something like healthy in that, because you choose the ideas that are a little bit more.
Yeah, I guess then you really have to resonate and like the
Yeah.
song, because you will play it over and over eventually, right?
Sometimes it feels like I'm cheating a little. Like when I do lyrics or something now, I'll have the song just going like this, and then I'll just be in here in my studio, and then I'll just like, oh, that's a good lyric, and I'll just quickly grab my phone and I'll blah, 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 and then I'll have like lots of little
yeah, like little ideas.
where like just 10 years ago you sort of have to
Write it.
yeah, but also it's I don't know, you'd have to write it, but also I don't know, it's just we're living in a nice time for
Musicians.
yeah, I think so, in a way.
A bit curious. I would like to sort of go back to the Falconz.
Yeah.
Because now you have someone helping you play the guitar. Well, that sounds like you don't know how to play guitar. Sorry. I know obviously you know how to play guitar, but how long have you like had this band, or how did it start? How many people were you? And
It's not completely sorted yet, so it's still actually in the making. I don't know if I can even talk about it so much, because it's not really defined yet.
You can just share whatever you feel comfortable with sharing.
It's not really defined yet. I think right now the focus is just to get these songs that I've done now into the catalog, and then I'll sort of get back to trying to create a live performance of it.
So you call it a band, but it's actually just you at this moment?
I guess so. I guess I always wanted to be in a band, but it just never worked out that way. I would play with people, and then people would sort of, oh, I'm gonna go study law, and then
okay,
or I'm gonna go study whatever, like, and then people sort of, I don't know, I feel like bands have like been on the decline for a long time.
I haven't thought about that actually. But I think I've seen a lot of bands in Aarhus, so maybe that's why it never crossed my mind.
Or maybe not, or maybe it's just me who just have been unfortunate.
Have you ever considered, because your sister, she sings alone, right? She doesn't have like a band.
She has a band. She's got some.
She has a band. Okay, sorry. But have you ever considered like just being you for you? Like no band, just this is me. And
I can't, because the sound, like the sound of the whole thing is kind of. I mean, I could play the songs acoustic, but it's kind of half.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Like for example, if you look at Harry Styles, he like, it's him. Of course, he has like a band. You could say like people playing for like him in the background, or like playing the song, but. He is the musician, he's the singer, he's like...
I suppose that's what I was doing a bit before. I had like before I did this, I called the project like my music Nick's Way, and I would like go play acoustic. And then as when I sort of started developing the songs, I sort of started to hear the drums in the band, and then I just realized, oh, I'm not doing like a singer-songwriter. It's not like John Mayer or something. So.
Yeah, but I also know a lot of artists. Like one of my really close friends, she's a musician, and she also tells me like, I hear the whole song in my head, and like, I wish I had more people help me with the song in terms of like playing other instruments and stuff. But that doesn't, like you don't need a band to be the musician or write the music that you want, just because it requires more instruments. I don't know.
Right, I guess you could say, but my thing was always like I wanted to do the band, like the whole thing, like so. This is just me sort of putting some, like with the first album, and this next one is just sort of me putting a seed in the ground to hopefully one day I will have like some really cool band where we write it together. Like the idea is that this is like me.
So you
it's
make
like a ramp, I hope, and then I will meet the right people and sort of, because I feel like it's a weird time for the whole thing, because I don't know I think music has changed a lot because now it's like
I mean,
a
everything
consuming
changed.
thing.
Yeah. Everything changed.
Like people,
Yeah.
the way that people sort of listen to music. It
You
feels
feel
a
like there is a pressure for you to create like more and faster, kind of, if you want to stay relevant, or
I don't know. I don't think about it even. I hope that I can. I hope that if I like that I can do this and then maybe just inspire somebody to not like sort of just write for themselves more than that it's like that you want to write to create a big song or something, that they might learn something about themselves, because music has become such a like consumer, like, oh, that song, and then people listen to it and then they're like, fuck this art, like when it's nice.
yeah. But don't you think that's something about says just something about the artist rather than the people consuming the music? Because I think like if somebody creates a song that stays relevant and people can relate to it, it won't just like boom one day and die the next.
Yeah, but that's I guess there is that, but I just used to, like, growing up in England, I feel like you would really, the whole thing was like you would buy an album, listen to it, and then you would sort of you were like studying these people, and like it was so exciting that like what's the next thing they're gonna do. Where I feel like slowly,
it was slower kind of.
since all this streaming and everything, it's sort of turned into this sort of like don't write a song if it's not gonna be big.
Oh yeah, okay. I think it's the same with art. But at the same time, I also feel like that's the sort of pressure that you decide to either put or not put on yourself as an artist.
I don't feel like at some point it just turned into like, this is what you're doing and you're in it. Like you just sort of become in songwriting for life. It's not even about. Now it's like I feel like I'm almost addicted to like doing it now. Unfortunately.
I mean, that's nice.
It's expensive.
Yeah, but I guess it is a way of living. Like I can relate a lot to what you're saying. That's why I'm like, I don't think it's wrong. I think it's actually good to know why you do it, and it's sort of from a deeper place than just I do it because I want to succeed. That seems like very shallow and not sustainable to me, you know?
Yeah, exactly. So I do it. I feel like if I can just sort of do my music and take my dog out, and then it's work. Like, and I get to see. I mean, I feel fortunate because living in Denmark and everything, you sort of I get to even hear. You know, like, this is what music sounds like to me. So I put it into the album, and then that's kind of where I feel really privileged that I even I get to be one of the people who get to sort of see what it sounds like.
So I think we are slowly moving to the future. You mentioned you released some songs. I'm curious if you want to share where people could like find you or your music, because I also hope that maybe somebody might see this video, right? And maybe they want to join your band, if you'd like, because you're also looking for someone, maybe, no?
I'm always up for working with people. I mean, you can find it on Spotify and all this, like, and on, I guess, Instagram. You can go on the _ Falconz _
I'll also link it down below.
And I don't know. I feel like sometimes it feels a little bit like, if you watch this I Am Legend. Have you watched that film?
Oh, I don't.
With Will Smith and the zombie.
Yeah, I don't. I hate that. Yeah, actually, I seen it recently when I was home, and I could not finish it.
No.
It was too creepy for me.
Do you remember that bit where he's like sitting? He's like, I'm gonna sit here on the radio thing every day.
Yeah.
At 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
And broadcast.
Yeah, and he does it, and he doesn't know if it.
And he doesn't know. Yeah. Sometimes I feel a bit like him. Like, I wonder if anybody, because then that in Denmark it doesn't feel like that. This type of, there's not really such a big alternative scene. It's quite. It sometimes feels like I feel a bit like him. I'm like, I'll put some more music out.
Yeah.
Hopefully there'll be some People give a fuck.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think it's a lot also with social media. Like,
Yeah.
I have that same feeling sometimes of like, does anybody care? Like, if I would stop, but I think people do care. Maybe just the algorithms don't care.
Yeah, I think it's probably just because it's like a weird time where it's tough to find your own. Like, you have to sort of slither your way through to find.
Yeah, and
the
also I feel like
audience.
it's something else to try to be visible on the internet and try to do a good music or something that you love and make people notice. Because I think the right people will always notice. Is just, I guess, different ways of finding them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
I just feel like I'm excited about the next. Like, after this, once we're done with this, I'm gonna go back and look at the next ideas, and that's actually what is what I'm like sustains me. It's like, oh yeah, I have these songs.
Yeah, keeps you going.
And then and then they're gonna come out, and maybe they're gonna mean something to somebody, and if not, that's fine. Then they were just for me.
Yeah.
Then it was just for me, all of it.
At least they mean something to you.
Yeah.
Do you have any future projects or things you'd like to do, or are working on maybe?
Well, now I'm doing the next album for the Falconz, and this one sounds a bit more. There's more acoustic sounding already, so that's what I'm doing now. And I don't know for the future. I'm hopefully I'll do this album, and probably will come out at the end of the summer. I'll try to get booking some festivals. Hopefully, it'll be really nice to have something to work towards. And then I'll back off from recording for a while because I want to go play.
Oh, that makes sense.
I'll do this, and then I have I feel like there's a good starting repertoire. And thank you for letting me be on the podcast.
Thank you for coming. I'm really happy with it.
You did? Okay, that's good. Yeah. Do you have anything to ask? If you have anything?
I think I've asked a lot of questions. I also feel like I will probably ask you more questions in the future.
Yeah. Let's do it again. We can do it like this.
After
what day is it today? It's we're in June.
Yeah, it's 9, 10 of June.
So let's do 2026 in June. We can do a year.
Oh, that would be so cool, actually.
And I'll ask you, so how's it going with the podcast? And then you'll let us know.
I give up and... No, I'm joking.
Did you manage to...
yeah.
Did you manage to finish the... what if I'm not even... Yeah, so I'll
finish
that.
Really cool.
Did you get a festival, Nick? We could do have you seen these?
I've seen from Billie Eilish. I know she's doing every year. And they ask her the same questions.
Should we do that?
Which is cool. Maybe I should do that actually with the people that I will meet at X.
That's a great idea.
That would be really cool. So are you still here? And then it's empty container or something.
But you can see progress. You see how people move.
Yeah, that's true. That's really nice actually.
I'll have I will just let my beard grow, and
we'll have a Luna here maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be cute. Yeah.
Well, isn't that a nice way to round it off?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, come on.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you for watching.
See you.
Take care.